Okay, so I needed this picture for a specific reason, so that's why I'm using it for the whole video. But since I'm not tired and I'm burning up in my room, so I have my fan on and my fan's gonna stay on. I'm sorry. It's fucking hot in my room. And I was literally sweating earlier, so and you guys wanna know something? My TV's off the whole time during this. So, like now my TV's not off, it's not playing a YouTube video. And so it's like I don't really like silence, but just for you guys, I be in silence for like 20 to 30 minutes of my time. But this is another OC video. The reason why I made these videos, by the way, is because this gets you to understand one more behind my character. So in the future, like let's say you're watching the Todoroki one, and you're listening to her, and you like want to understand her better. You can go to like these videos, and you'll understand her. Also, this video is gonna be probably quite long, because again, I like to explain shit. So at the beginning of this video, it's just me explaining her once again, more detail. If you don't want to listen to this, you can go ahead and skip ahead. It doesn't bother me. But for all the people who want to know more about her, this is your time. Her name is Nicolette Todoroki, essentially Todoroki's long gone sister. Nobody believes that he's his sister. She's his sister because she's black. Essentially, the only reason she's black, and I made up this reason so it matches, she's only black because of her demon quirk. Her demon quirk makes it where her skin, when she's in her full demon, she's completely like the actual color black. And essentially, if her skin color is the black skin color, it'll be easier, essentially, for the way the body works. It'll be easier to go into her demon form. Essentially, that's how it works. So she was born black. When she was first born, Endeavor thought that their mom, had cheated on him, but she didn't. It was just her quirk. At the age of around 3.5, that's when she got her quirk. She was an early riser. She had her demon powers, which focused on the fire and lava, which comes from Endeavor. And then she has her angel side, which is focusing on ice and water, which she gets from her mother, Ri. Essentially, her story is whenever she messed with her quirk, behind all her siblings and her mother's back, she would get beat. At the age of 9, when Toya was running away, she had enough of it. She ran away with him. Little did she know, she was becoming a villain. Oh god, that sounded weird. A villain. Her becoming a villain, she didn't want to. But she stayed homeschooled. She really wasn't involved with them. So when it came to UA, she did an entrance exam, and she showed up on the first day. But after that, she didn't show up. All teachers knew why. No students knew why. The time where Bakugou and Listener got kidnapped, she had clearly said that she didn't want to be there. Bakugou asks why. Since she didn't want to be there because she just didn't want to be there. It sucked. You can go to that episode to see what mainly is about. But that being said, that's my OC. Also, when she's in her demon form, she has like big black horns, and her hair is like, in this picture, her hair is like as short, like her hair is like short as that. Like it only goes to like mid back, but when her hair is normal, it goes like past, like it goes mid thigh. Essentially, she wants to cut it, but she doesn't because she's too lazy, and that's why my OC is based off of me. So, yeah. I didn't know if I wanted to add my OC because I thought it would put too much of a change to it. Then I thought of it in a positive way, and yeah. And that's when I decided. I was like, I'm not going to put them in all the stories. I'm going to put them in some stories. So, but for the Todoroki one, definitely she's going to be in there. Because, think about it. Think about it. So, yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's the part that you need to know. But let's get straight on into the video. After all the stuff that's had happened with Bakugou and Izuku or Deku fighting so much, I have finally had enough. Oh yeah, this is Neglet's point of view, by the way. I had finally had enough. Now, yes, of course, I of course, I love Bakugou. Of course I love Bakugou. But it's Deku, for God's sakes. It's not his fault he inherited All Might's quirk. I mean, yeah, it's crazy to believe. But you didn't need to beat him up for it. You was in your room with your son. I was in my room with my son, and I was thinking, how could he do it to him? I mean, yeah, I didn't know about his past, but still. I mean, I've only been in school for a month now, and I'm already dating someone. But I actually like this person. Well, love this person. My ex, I didn't love him. I only dated him because I needed somebody to be there when I needed them. My brother, yes, he was there sometimes, but he was more busy trying to be a villain. So when I started dating somebody, they was there for me all the time. So I recently found out they were cheating on me. After they cheated on me, well, and after I found out, well, it went farther and he raped me and I had my son Amate. I love him to death. Don't get me wrong. It's just kids can be annoying sometimes. All of a sudden, while I was in mid thought, I get a knock on my door. Who is it? He said. It's me, he said. Shit. You could know clearly by the voice who it was. What do you want, Kasuke? He said. Look, I want to talk to you, he said. What is there to talk about? You beat him up, he said. So are you breaking up with me? He said. No, I'm not breaking up with you. Then open the door and let's talk about this, he said. He can be a lot aggressive sometimes, but he's, he can be kind when he wants to. You open the door and let him in, He closes the door behind him. Look, let me explain before you say anything, he said. He nodded. In the past, when I was younger and I first got my quirk, my mother had called me weak. I don't know why the old hag called me weak. She just did. Essentially, I had so much anger built up in me for a 5-year-old. I started bullying Deku. I mean, yeah, it was the wrong thing to do. But it was the only way I got my anger out. Essentially, one day I went too far. It was just before we took the UA exams. Or 10 months before. I had went too far. What did you do? You asked. I asked. Well, you gotta promise me you don't get too mad at this. Because it's in the past and it's already been done. He says. It depends on what you said. I'm not saying I'll break up with you. I'm just saying it depends on what you say. I said. I told him there might be another way that he can get a quirk. He said. Well, ain't that good? You're helping him out, he said. But the way I told him wasn't. He said. What did you tell him? I was catching on pretty quick to this. I swear, if he called him and said, I told him to take a swan dive off the roof. He said and looked away. Katsuki, why would you do that? I said. Look, I wasn't in the right fucking mind, okay? I was mad because I had an argument with my old hag before I went to school. So I was mad. I regret everything I did, okay? I do. I truly do. I regret. And I still wish to this day I never had said it. I wanted to be like All Might. I did. You know, almost everybody wants to be like All Might. Yeah, I had that feeling too, he said. I said. Well, when I found out he had his quirk, I got mad. Not only from anger from my old hag, or from just Deku just being Deku. It's when you have something that you want taken away from you, you know that feeling where you just get so fucking mad, he said. Yeah, I mean, my son got taken away from me for a month because they said I was abusing him. I got pretty mad, but when it was confirmed that I wasn't, I was fine, he said. So I need you to please understand I didn't mean anything by this, okay? Okay, he said. Thank God, he said. What, was you scared you was gonna lose me? I teased. Hey, don't start teasing me now. I'm not ready for that bullshit, he said. He giggled. I placed a kiss on his lips. Well, you better get going. It's almost past curfew, and I know you don't want getting everybody's trash up again, he said. Oh, hell no, he said. Oh, yeah, and good night, cutie. And he closed the door. This was the first time he called me cutie. That's not... After 10 minutes of me trying to get that right, I had another knock on the door. Who is it? He said. It's me, Mina, she said. You opened the door. You both been selling your uniform since all the girls had went out earlier after school. Y'all stayed up pretty late, but you got back before curfew. What is it, Mina? I went to make a photo album of us, and I wanted to take a picture. I wanted to take a picture with everyone. I wanted to take one individually and all together, she said. Okay. You guys took the picture. You took out your demon. I took out my demon horns, and I turned them yellow. I didn't know you can change the color of your horns. And your eyes, too. That's cool, she said. Oh, it's just part of my mood kind of thing. Oh. Well, let's take the picture. She takes the picture, and the picture is right there. And tomorrow in the morning, we'll go outside and take the picture all together, she said. Okay. See you, Mina. See ya. In just basically 20 minutes, a lot of shit just happened, I said under my breath. He went to sleep. I woke up the next morning just to be woken up by my son. Come on, you have to get up, she said. He said, I'm up, okay? I said. Guess she's outside, he said, pointing to the balcony. There's no one outside, he said. No, look at the ground, he said. Fine. I got up and looked up the ground. It was Bakugou, and he was throwing explosions everywhere. Honestly, if he didn't blow up something, I wouldn't be surprised. But but honestly, I wanted to watch him. I was in my PJs, so it's fine to be outside. And my son was amazed by his quirk, so he wanted to watch him too. I want to watch him, he said. Fine, you can watch him. I'm too tired for this, but whatever. We watched him train for a little while until I called down to him. You're pretty good with your quirk, I yelled down. He stares up at me. How long have you been looking at me? He said. Oh, probably like 15 to 20 minutes, he said. And why? He said, smirking. Well, because my son wanted to, he said. Oh, so you sure you didn't want to take me out, he said. Koski, he said. He yelled. Okay. Can I hang out with you for today? I don't want to do with that deku, he said. Fine. He started walking to your dorm. Mina was clearly not awake because if you said Mina's not the one snoring, that would be such an understatement. Mina was snoring like a freaking horse. What's that snoring coming from? He said that he's sitting down from bed. Oh, probably Mina. She's snoring like crazy. Isn't that an understatement? He said. Yeah, she's snoring like a fucking horse. He said. I mean, I've heard people call her snoring like something like that, but a horse, no, that's just a little rough, don't you think, Nikki? He said. I mean, it was first listeners. She snored lightly. It was only where I could hear it since our dorms were right beside each other. Then it was Jaro, where her snoring was a little loud, but she got it under control. And now it's Mina's. It's like skipping from level 50 to 100, he said. I said. Huh. Wait, listener snores? He said. Yeah, she still does. I mean, I can hear her. It's only me and Jaro who can hear her. Honestly, they're both oblivious, he said. I can't say the word. Who? I said. Deku and listener, he said. Well, What are they oblivious about? I said. That they like each other. Deku always gets flustered when she compliments him, and she always gets flustered when they start a conversation about something about crushes or something. He said they're both oblivious. Yeah, honestly, me and the girls are trying to get them together. It's just not working out as we planned. What do you mean? He said. Well, we knew that Izuku and we knew that Deku and listener was pure, but we didn't know how much pure. And let's just say they only know the concept of boyfriend and girlfriend and marriage and kissing. That's it. They don't know anything else beyond that. So they don't know the dirty, he said. They don't know the dirty. And so when we tell listener to say this to Izuku, they both don't understand it. So it's even harder than we think it's going to be. He said, I could have told you that from the start. Bakugou said. So why didn't you tell me? I said. Whoa, because I just didn't want to. He said. All of a sudden, my son jumps onto him. Hi, he says. Jesus Christ, kid, how heavy are you? He said. I should be a good 90 pounds, he said. Of course you're a good 90 pounds, for God's sakes, he said. Okay, come on, Hamilton, don't get on him, he said. And then you remembered, Bakugou used to tease you all the time. So, this may just be payback. Actually, you know what, Hamilton? Stay on him, he said. What? Really, Mommy? Okay. He sat on. Oh, he got the wind knocked out of him. Why today is not my day? He said. This is what you get for teasing me, he said. I said, pulling out my drawing book and started drawing. What are you drawing? He said. Oh, nothing, he said. Let me repeat myself. Nikki, what are you drawing? He said. Oh, I'm just drawing my son on top of you, claiming that he beat you. I had already finished the sketch. He said. What? He said. I showed him it. It's clearly exactly them in the position right now, but just with Hamilton's arms crossed. I look good. I beat him. Hamilton said, yes, you did. Oh, hell no, he didn't, he said. Bakugou, he said. Oh, come on. He literally didn't even fight me, he said. I know he didn't fight you, but it's clear that he won, he said, looking at Hamilton and then back at Bakugou. That's only because he's too heavy, he said. So you can't pick up 90 pounds of a child? Wow, he said. I can pick up 90 pounds. Then pick him up, he said. He picks him up. You see, easy. Then why didn't you do that in the first place before I sketched it? He said. Oh, shit, he said under breath. You see, and this is what you get for not listening. Or thinking. The day went on, and hanging out with Bakugou constantly. It was kind of great. Even after the Koski and, Deku incident, everything was okay. But little did you know, or little did I know, something else was gonna happen. coming to you soon in part 4. Yeah, part 4 of Deku X Teen Mom, which I'm gonna record probably right after this. But yeah, yeah, guys, that's the OC thing. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I low key, this is like me actually recording and actually being productive. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or wherever you are. Peace.